Kikosho! I did it!
So, welcome in, guys. This is me. I am gonna put my little VTube dude in here for now. I think it's kind of cool looking. You'll see him at the bottom screen during gameplay and stuff, and on my streams now, instead of my camera, you'll probably see him for a while. I think it's pretty fun. A little bit of things I've been working on recently. But what we're here to do is look at Faith. It's the new thing that came in Mission of Ruin. And I'm especially looking at a red-green Kikosho deck and its machines. Of course, you all know me and you know that I love machines. So let's go over it real quick, but let's look over at Faith real quick first. So Faith is, upon dying, give one random unit card with Faith in your hand or EX pocket +1/+1. If there are no units with Faith in your hand, this effect does not activate. Seems pretty weak at first, but I guarantee you it gets a lot better, and it's a lot more fun as you go. So let's take a look. I tried this deck with a lot of the new cards, and it's been rolling. I've had several 10 win streaks. I've had 5 win streaks, and it just keeps growing. It's really strong against red. It's good against green. It's good against black. It's not the greatest against purple. Purple has a very good matchup against this deck, but if you play it right, you can get through it. So the first card is Right to Loyalty. It gives all friendly machine units shield and faith. That's the key. You want to give the units faith. So I have 3 of those. Rebellion Army, and this is why you want to give an extra machine unit faith. It gives all machine units +1/+1, which is really good, even for a 3 cost. That if you have a full board, excuse me, it works really good. Additionally, if all friendly units have faith, give them a +1, another +1/+1. So technically, it's a +2/+2 on the field, which is really, really good. Mock Gentra is a new unit. He has faith, and when played, he places 1 Prion Chaser on the field, so it's 2 units for 4 MP, and they both have faith. Prion Chaser is a 2/5, which is really good. And 1/3 is okay, but with buffs and everything, you keep him on the field. But if he uses faith and you have faith units in the hand, it goes good from there. The next one is Scarface. He's a machine, and he has faith, and when a friendly machine unit is placed on the field, you gain 1 MP, which is really good in this deck. You want to keep cycling through MP. He makes it go a lot faster. Farham is a next one, and can we just admire her artwork? It's freaking gorgeous, by the way. She has flight, shield, and faith, which is all really good. And while on the field, it's all friendly machine units gain +1 attack, so they get buff. And you also can fly. You have shield and faith. Again, this is all working around faith. This is the kicker. Rebel Guardian Epsilon. He's a machine. He has crush, spillover, and faith. And while on the field, he gives all friendly machine units, or all other friendly units with faith, so it could be any unit with faith, +2 attack and heavy pierce. That's really good. You say, oh, he's a 6 cost. Oh, you can never get him on the field. Well, just wait and see. I only use 1 Flying Orange figure because flight is becoming an issue again. I don't run any seals in this deck, so to stop flight units, anti-air is the way. Mind Control Stone, it gives 1 unit with faith +1/+1 and shield, which is really good for a 2 cost. So I run 3 of those. This is one way you can pull Epsilon into the pocket cheaper. Underwater Intel, add 1 unit from your unit card from your deck to the EX pocket. Additionally, if that card have faith, -2 MP to that card. So then you can make Epsilon a 4 cost if you pull him with this card. I should run this at 3. I'm running it at 2 in this deck. In my mono green deck, I run it at 3. But running it at 2 is okay in this deck, just the way this deck is built. Prelude to Ruin, it's the new thing that's making Kikosho go on the map. Give 1 friendly unit shield. Additionally, if that unit has faith, break each shield on all friendly units and deal ×2 damage to all the enemy units for shields broken this way. I've gotten this up to plus 18. I've had 9 shields on. I broke them all. 18 damage to every enemy unit on the field. It's freaking ridiculous that you can put 3 of these in a deck. Like I said, I run 2 in this deck just for a little bit of extra slots for stuff like Rite of Loyalty. And what you can do is you can take out Flying Orange Figure and put another Prelude to Ruin in, which is fine. I did it that way too, but then I noticed the flight units and sometimes with negates and things like that, I was just working it that way, but again, you can do it the other way as well. I run Cinnamon, again, because you can give her Faith with Right to Loyalty, but Cinnamon, we all know what she does. Every 5 seconds, she gives 1 HP to your hero and 1 HP to every unit on the field but her, or every friendly unit but herself. Nana is a new machine unit. She has Shield, Faith, and MP boost plus 20, which is really, really good. She's able to get you the MP, and she has Faith, so when she dies, she buffs units. This is another way we can pull Epsilon. It's using the other legendary, which is Sorrowful Guardian Juno. She's a human though, so she doesn't quite fit in this deck, but we're not going for that effect. We're going for, she has Shield and Faith, and we're going for this effect. When the shield is broken, give 1 random unit card with Faith in your hand or EX pocket minus 1 MP. So when she pops a shield, then you get -1, and that -1 then can make Epsilon go down to a 5. If he gets stuck in the hand and you don't draw him with Underwater Intel, it will work to get him lower, and that's happened to me several times, as you'll see in the games. And last but not least, I use Advanced Artifact X, and I use it not for his Decimate ability, but I use it for the 5 MP on the field to save something like Farham if she's about to die, or even he gives it to Epsilon. But Decimate has worked. I have had decimated a unit with Faith, and that gives him Faith, or you could use Rite of Loyalty. So that's this deck. Faith is really fun. Faith is really good to work with. But let's see how it goes. So what we're going to do is we're going to pass you over to some games now, and I'll drop down to the bottom corner, and I'll be over there. So we'll be commentating from there. Thanks, guys. Okay, so this first game's against Fade. And again, mind you, this is very early season, so it's like the first day in, so we're still trying to figure it out. But here we go. Sorry if I look down, I'm looking down at the screen. But yeah. So I dropped Scarface first, and then I dropped Nana for a quick mana gain. It was a good opening hand. And I'm going to keep Farhelm out there to get the buffs, and he drops in a Buki, so I'm going to try to keep her alive, keep Nana alive through this, and it allows me to get the double buff. So now I got a 4/6 mana battery with a shield, now 2 shields, and I got a 4/6 flyer with shields. So he survives that out, but you could tell he's waiting on something, most likely a brainwash, which comes to fruition here. He brainwashes, and it happens to go right where it needs to go. But oh well, we can't predict that all the time. So I shield up because I want to keep Nana alive, just because of my MP gain. And then he goes with the remove Faith and the damage. So now he's got a pretty buff unit, and he's coming at me hard. And it looks like he's got clear advantage because he's going to out damage me every single time to catch up and win. So I drop another Farhelm, and I shield up just to make sure. And of course, he's gonna pull exactly what he needs, and it's gonna hit exactly what he needs. So all I can do is laugh, and I have a big buff Scarface because of everything, so I put him down, and I'm hoping here that I can gain some advantage with the shield, and the +1 to take him out, and then I decide to use the shield buster, and I bust the field open, and that's game. So we'll take that one. And now we'll move on to the next one, which is it's one that was already in champion. It's a giant killer against Kikosho. Kikosho is making the rise up now because of shield busting, and the synergy that it has, which is really good because that's what we all wanted in the long run. Well, at least I did, because Kikosho is one of my favorite arts. But I leave with Scarface, and then I drop Matcha because he gives you 2 MP on drop because he puts 2 robots on the field. And he's playing an Evidence Kikosho, which is really good. But his problem was he didn't use it on the shield on Brachydios, which would have been better for him, because before Faith, I thought Evidence was the best way to play Kikosho. You just see his Evidence building, but you can tell he doesn't have his Evidence support cards. So I decided to pull a unit, because I'm trying to pull Juno, and then I realized I already had her. And as she breaks a shield, she does what I wanted her to do, which is make Epsilon a 5 MP so I can play him now. And he's gotten buffed by 1 Faith unit, so that's good. And I decided I want to keep the units around a little bit longer on this, especially when he shields the field. And so I put out Cinnamon to gain some health back, and then he decides he's going to use all these buff shield cards because people think, you know, using shields now is all good and dandy. Shields up again. We got a lot of shields going. It's just a lot of busting. And I decided I'm going to shield up again. And so does he. And we're just going to keep shielding. And I'm just waiting at this point for Epsilon to be ready. And I drop a Scarface. And then I drop Epsilon, and you see how he buffs the field with the extra, and it's a surrender and a win. So we're going to take that. Next is against a Shadow Blade, and it's the new Kyle P style, which is the black purple, which is a really good style. This actually, I think it is Kyle under his other name that he uses to try to hide. This is his exact style of deck where he's using the black and purple Faith units and you know, the humans in combination with each other, because they all work really well together. And with purple it works really well because the purple Faith units are just busted. But now I'm just creating exchanges on the field by using Cinnamon as well to get that extra health. And I decided, like, look, I gave Cinnamon Faith. And so now I can use my buff cards, and I get why he sent things to the EX pocket, or I guess you get why he gave things flight, is because now he has Shadow Blade active, and he can just basically remove a unit and gain a lot easier. But I was able to drop counter real quick, and we're just going to shield up. And just keep going here. We're just going to create exchanges. That's what this is all about. And then I create the buff. And I know since he's dual color, he can't really steal easily. He does have, if he has a Faith unit on board, he can use the stone card to steal. But I should win this exchange, and I decide I'm going to keep Scarface on the field. And then I give things anti-flight just in case for a little extra. As you can see, I have a really strong field going here. And I use it on, I use the buffs here just in case he drops something to try to block me at the last second. And I shield, and that's game. We're going to take that one. Haha. And here's against a new deck that's going around too. It's a mono, or it's not a mono black, but it's I believe this is the red black one or the purple black one. There's 2 versions going around of change form with the flight. So just because the flight Faith units are just ridiculous. This might be the mono black one. But he drops his Antincor, and we're just going. And there's the new Fang card, which is really good. Flight, self-damage to get you into change form range, and does HP damage to the front unit. So overall it's really good. But he decides he's going to keep buffing my bottom unit, and we're going to exchange. I'm going to pull units to the EX pocket just to get me going. And I have a Scarface, so I'll probably drop him, but I drop a Farhand instead, which I could have gone Scarface and then her. But I wanted Scarface to try to get a little buff to exchange. And he's going to bring more units to the field. And we're just going to keep exchanging, and he did what I call playing with his food. He had me early if he went for it, but instead he wanted to try to proc his art and be cute about it. And I think in turn that cost him the game, because I was able to exchange better at this point. And I shielded up here just in case he dropped something in front. Just because I want to keep my field presence, and I didn't quite have 100% what I wanted yet. And so now I know I have a shield buster if I need it. And so I'm going to use it just to end the game pretty much. Because there's a 10 on the field, and there's my game. So here we go. And then there's this last game against Celestial, because people are running how it does against red. Well, here's one against red for you. And I'm trying to show my perfect example of using Juno along with Epsilon. So when Juno's shield breaks, she makes a unit -1, a faith unit -1. So my whole thing was I had Epsilon without her in the beginning. As you can see, this huge exchange we're going through. And we both did not come out on top. But going back to Juno, she makes things -1 when her shield breaks on her. So I'm trying to load the... So her whole thing was if I can't pull Epsilon, which was I was having a hard time doing with the pull card, Juno can make it so if he's stuck in hand, if I can pull her and get her on the field, I can get him out there. So that was the whole plan, and he's just going to try to nuke the field. And I'm like, could I shield bust? Yes, but it wouldn't work out, so I don't. And we're still playing. And I decided to shield up my Scarface just, you know, just because I know Yuno's going to die pretty much, and I want to put Epsilon in that slot since he's now what I call on board. He's now live. And he's live, and here we go with the Epsilon, and I use shield. I Kikosho up, the field is mine, I have full advantage. And I'm going to shield up, and that's the game. So that's that one, guys. Okay, guys, so that's the deck. That was the games, and that was that. It was very fun to play. Here's a copy of the deck again in the background. And now the QR code. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment for me, let me know what you think. Check me out on Twitch. I'll be coming back soon, trust me, under Tisa Vache, link in the description. But yeah, like, subscribe, guys. Hope you like my new Vtuber model, and I'll see you in the next deck video. I'm very excited to explore Faith and this whole expansion. Thank you, guys. Good night, good day, whatever it is for you whenever you're watching this. I hope you guys take care and have a good one.